know how lately a lot of gamers have been freaking out anytime a female character exists in a new video game that they don't consider fappable enough? Oftentimes we respond to these people with a simple reply. If you're horny, go jack off. Games do not need to be porn. They can just be good old fun, artistic entertainment. They don't have to be specifically made to get your rocks off. I always tell them, just go watch porn. And they could. They could always just go to Pornhub if they want to get their rocks off. They don't have to go play a video game that has titty physics or whatever in order to get their shit jacked, you know? But apparently, they're not going to be able to anymore, at least if they live in Florida, those horny chuds, because Pornhub says it will be blocking access to its site in Florida starting on January 1st, following a federal lawsuit, or pending a federal lawsuit. You see, about a year ago, Ron DeSantis approved a ban on porn, internet porn, in Florida. Not exactly a ban. In reality, it requires that all pornographic websites require age verification via submission of an ID in order to access it, which means you would have to have an account, you would have to sign up, you would have to show your ID, you would lose your anonymity, you would lose the convenience of just quickly throwing up some, like, big bouncing titties and rubbing one out and going on with your day. Because you got to verify your fucking ID. You got to go take a picture. You gotta put a picture of your face and your ID together and send it to the Pornhub team in order for them to verify your age. It's basically effectively banning porn. You might as well just straight up ban internet porn at that point. And in protest, Pornhub's like, no, we're not going to operate in your state anymore. We're not just going to force our users in that state to abide by those rules and continue operating. That's going to create, if anything, it's going to create a level of acceptance of this as the new norm. They're cutting off all access. If you're a Floridian, you better have a VPN. Otherwise, you cannot access the site anymore, starting on January 1st. Welcome to Trump's America, guys. Americans have the chance to stop this. I hope they remember. I hope Americans with their big, swollen, painful balls remember they had a chance to stop this. Pornhub's parent company, AYLO, is that how it's pronounced? AYLO? Said it has opted to block access to its site in Florida rather than comply with a new state law that kicks in on January 1st, 2025, requiring age verification to visit pornographic platforms. The law, known as HB 3, was passed by the Florida legislature in March. On Monday, a trade group representing the adult entertainment industry filed a federal lawsuit trying to strike it down. Pornhub has already blocked access in 12 states. These are all right-wing states that voted for a guy who would then institute laws like this. Arkansas, Idaho, Indiana, Kansas, Kentucky, Louisiana, Montana, Mississippi, Nebraska, North Carolina, Texas, and Virginia. Users in the banned states will see 403, this site is not whitelisted, or this state is not whitelisted. AYLO sent an email to state news website Florida Politics about its plans. Quote, unfortunately, the way many jurisdictions worldwide, including Florida, have chosen to implement age verification is ineffective, haphazardous, and dangerous, reads an email from AYLO. Any regulations that require hundreds of thousands of adult sites to collect significant amounts of highly sensitive personal information is putting user safety in jeopardy. Moreover, as experience has demonstrated, unless properly enforced, users will simply access non-compliant sites or find other methods of evading these laws. There is a pop-up warning for some users on its website letting them know the company's views. Quote, did you know that your government wants you to give your driver's license before you can access Pornhub? The warning says. As crazy as that sounds, it's true. You'll be required to prove you're 18 years or older, such as by uploading your government-issued ID for every adult content website you'd like to access. The site adds, we don't want minors accessing our site and think preventing that from happening is a good thing. But putting everybody's privacy at risk will not achieve that. It's the same thing as, like, the Patriot Act, right? Like, back when the Patriot Act was, like, this new policy thing that everyone was in favor of, If you were against the Patriot Act, you were anti-American, you didn't want to protect America, you wanted us to get killed by terrorists, you were a monster, you were pro-terrorist, if you were against the Patriot Act, because it's about protecting America, it's about stopping the terrorists. You can't publicly be against the thing that everyone agrees is going to stop the terrorists and protect America, so everyone supported the Patriot Act. Now we look back at it and it's like, how the fuck did everyone support the Patriot Act? This is how. Setting up the scenario in which it's, we're gonna ban porn, and if you disagree with us doing that, it's because you want kids to see porn. Like, that's basically the discussion as it exists now. That's what they've set up, is like, if you want to disagree with this law, then they're immediately going to frame you as being against the idea of preventing children from accessing this material. When, of course, the real concern is, obviously, you don't want these porn sites holding on to the identification, address, name, birth date, all these very, valuable bits of info about millions of users across the country. You don't want that leaking. Hell, you don't want the government to be able to pull the database of these websites and find out here is someone's ID. Oh, what kind of porn do they watch? Gay porn? They're gay? Well, I guess we know where one of them gays are living for when we start sending the Gestapo out. Like, you don't want that to happen either. Florida legislation affecting access to Pornhub. According to HB 3, which passed with bipartisan support and was signed by Governor Ron DeSantis on March 25th, sites with adult content must offer anonymous age verification and standard age verification. Quote, you can have a kid in the safe house, or in the house safe, seemingly, and then have predators that can get right in there into your own home, DeSantis said at a news conference in Jacksonville. Apparently, a porn video is predator. What? You could be doing everything right, but they know how to get and manipulate these different platforms. Once again, think of the children. DeSantis vetoed the original version earlier in the year, citing legal and parents' rights concerns. Former House Speaker Paul Renner, Republican, of course, who worked with DeSantis in the legislation, said during the summer, adults can do whatever they want, I don't care, but 8-year-old boys should not be accessing hardcore pornography at that age. Of course, only 8-year-old it's only boys. Only young boys are seeking out pornography, of course. Yes, very true. Very true. Anonymous age verification is not spelled out in the law, but the law states that a non-governmental independent third party offering the service can't retain personal identifying information and must protect it from unauthorized access. Federal lawsuit filed against Florida's HB 3 bill. The Free Speech Coalition, a trade association for the adult entertainment industry, and others filed a federal lawsuit Monday against the state law. Florida Attorney General Ashley Moody is named in the suit. The lawsuit claims Florida's law violates free speech rights and could put users' personal data at risk. Quote, as recent high-profile data leaks have revealed, no web users are safe, and hackers are often able to exploit the slightest cracks in a website's security, reads the lawsuit. The lawsuit also criticizes the potential expense of such verification services. And that is the end of the article. That is the last of the news. So yeah, literally in less than a month, well under a month, just a couple weeks now, if you're Floridian, your entire state is about to be blocked, not just because you won't be able to, as someone in that state, access porn on the site without putting in your ID, but they're gonna ban that shit. Zan, I see why you left Florida. Yeah, true. I fled from Florida like 5 years ago because I could see into the future and knew they were gonna do this. I'm not gonna lie though, guys. I am quite glad I don't live in Florida anymore. God. Dude, if I was still Floridian, I'd be about a year away from some sore-ass balls, bro. Bipartisan? Where's lesbian partisan? Or gay partisan? Or straight partisan, for that matter? Exactly. Ah, man. Dude, the Republicans banning porn while the 4B movement takes off? I gotta say, that's an interesting combo of events. And it makes me wonder, if more red states continue to ban porn, mind you, these are the places with the most Republican men, ban porn, and the 4B movement really takes off with women, dude, these guys are going to be in a rough spot, man. Holy shit. These gooner conservatives are going to be living... It's going to be hard for them to not regret their vote, I feel. Zan, these are also the states banning abortion. They know what they're doing. Oh, yeah. Oh my god, watch the Dems appeal to the Gooner conservatives. I lived in Florida for a year, couldn't get the fuck out fast enough. I lived there for 21 years upside down. I could also not get out of there fast enough, personally. Yeah, it really does suck there. But hey, they are gonna get what they get for living in Florida, for voting for DeSantis, and for, of course, voting for Trump. You get what you voted for. You get what you voted for. That's just how it is. Anyway, guys, if you enjoyed this segment, despite the, I guess you could call it grim subject matter, then please consider leaving a like. Every single like and comment, of course, goes a long way to boost my channel in the algorithm, basically telling YouTube that you want them to push my stuff to more viewers and, you know, help me get new subs and new viewers. New fans brought to the channel, so I really appreciate it. Subscribe and ring the bell icon if you haven't already, so that YouTube actually tells you when I go live or upload a new video. And follow my social medias, linked down below in the description if you haven't already, so that YouTube, well, I guess so that you can see other stuff from me as well. And finally, of course, if you want to support me directly, financially, help me keep the lights on, a roof above my head here at the Xander Hall studio, then please consider donating, subscribing, or gifting a sub on my website, xanderhall.com/live. Or supporting me financially through YouTube, Twitch, Streamlabs, Stream Elements, Patreon, or even buying merch through the Streamlabs link down below in the description. Regardless of how you support me, though, thank you all so much for watching, and as always, have a good one.